This last past year has been very interesting. Being that I am a school director in a cosmetology setting, and being told by the government basically when you can and can't operate and what you can and can't do for your business was interesting. I would say in the beginning it was something that we didn't understand and it was kind of hard to maneuver without the understanding of what was really happening, and how we couldn't touch people and we couldn't be in the vicinity of people and how to operate. So, from the school standpoint, putting people on Zoom and running classes in an online setting to teach cosmetology, hair cutting, hair coloring, makeup services, and things like that was fun, but very interesting to say the least. For me personally, doing eyelash extensions as well as professional makeup services, I literally watched $60,000 cancel on my phone, which for me is scary when you depend on that between April and October. The level of weddings and the level of people in panic about what they thought was going to be their lives and how they utilize you and your services was you had to learn how to comfort people in a different way that I think I became somewhat of a little bit of a therapist at times to comfort people. But it was also a time of self-reflection because you got to spend a lot of time alone. You visited with your family on the phone and through the internet, and you visited with your friends the same way. And for me, I spent many hours a day online teaching and understanding how to entertain people. And I felt like it was something that I had to come to life. Like I had to become a character to a degree because you have to keep people engaged and you really have to find ways to reach each different type of learner because there's so many different learning types. So I learned a lot about myself and what I could do. I pushed myself mentally to the limits, and I found out kind of how strong I was in ways that if we were running regular life and doing regular things, you don't think about at all. You just kind of live life and do the same things every day. When we were able to, I don't even feel like we're ever going to get back to real life, but when we were able to interact with people and be in the same vicinity as people, however, you still had to remain 6 feet away. I looked at my students and saw how hard that was because by nature you gravitate towards people. You want to be around your friends and family. You want to hug and love and do all these things, shake hands. That's the hardest thing for me is remembering not to shake somebody's hand and just to bump an elbow maybe if they let you. Masks are cool now. They were hard at first, but it's kind of cool to see the different masks that you see now. I kind of don't want to go back to regular life with that. I like it for different reasons, but I really like that aspect of it sometimes, most of the time. But seeing how the latter end of the year and how people have changed. And, you know, people maneuver differently. I feel like it affected people in ways to where, again, a lot of people had a self-discovery. People started businesses. They learned how to cook. They learned how to sew. They cleaned their houses. They did all kinds of things, got rid of furniture, and even spent more time with family because I think that a lot of people in the day and age of now, they don't get the chance to do that. So they spent more times with those that are in their homes, which I think is really cool. You know, family dinner started again. New traditions started again. And even Zoom parties were kind of fun. I celebrated my birthday last year on Club Couch, for an example. So that was kind of cool. Different, but cool. And then again, like I was saying about the latter end of the year, seeing how it changed people, because I feel like people are still such in a panic about maneuvering around life to where you still have to remain calm yourself. You have to be sensitive to how people's thought process is now and how they feel. You need to really understand where I was always sanitizing for the businesses, always washing my hands, how some of these things are new to other people, which you normally didn't think that. But when we ran out of toilet paper and things like that, I was like, that's strange. Why would we do that? Isn't that normal? So it was definitely something that watching how once people came out of quarantine, how they maneuvered and how they became, in a degree, kind of zombie-ish a little bit. And I think that because people had more time to sit with their emotions, I feel that not everybody found a way to find the happy in what's happened. I think that to a degree, it's kind of a good thing. The world stopped, and everything's on a go, moving. We never, ever, ever have the time to just stop. And seeing that was really cool for me. Was it hard? Yeah. Has it been difficult coming back? Yes, because I myself personally this year have not picked up business on purpose because I don't know if I want to be around so many people yet. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. Even though, yes, I am in a cosmetology school, we are back up and running, things are good. We've never had a COVID case since we've been open, but it's definitely something that when you think about doing weddings and you have parties of like 5 or more, do you really want to do that? When you're on set of a photo shoot, who's all included in the set? Is it a photographer, a model, a stylist, a set director? Like, who is all there? And do you really want to be involved with that? Can I just do your makeup and then leave? Amongst other different things that you really, really, really take the time to consider now. And it's something that I never thought about before. I just did the job and I went about my life and did it just fine. And I never even considered how people might feel about my sanitation and my safety to them as well. The new thing is, did you get vaccinated? So that's always a question. Or can I see your card? I heard like airlines and things are going to be requiring people to show that. And I feel like even now, even on the internet, people are more sensitive and more open to commenting and expressing themselves in ways that I don't feel is always the most positive way because everybody's so scared still. I just feel like it's just another thing about life. I read about, the Spanish flu back in the day or different pandemics in history. And it's kind of cool in my lifetime, the different things. I've been around H1N1, Y2K, and so many other things that this is just another one for me. It's just, okay, what's next? What's coming next? Let's ride the wave. But I hope that people start to get back to a little bit of normalcy, but they continue to enjoy their families. They continue to be in tune with themselves, continue to discover themselves, and continue to find out what makes them happy, like truly happy, and spend time with yourself. Like, again, when the world stopped, I knew I had to stop. I knew I was always working and always busy and never available, not making birthday parties and things like that. And so when I did have the moment to actually stop and have conversations with people, I didn't realize it had been 2 and 3 years that I'd been working so much and I didn't even have a chance to talk to them. So I hope that people do take the time to stop and continue to grow. I think that's a good part about what happened.